Good morning, my lovely students, grade 6A. In this session, we are going to repeat the lesson or the explanation of the lesson about the nervous system that we have started before. So, by moving back to our book, in lesson 2, the nervous system, as we said, that it is one of the most important systems in our body. But what is its role? Who can remind me what is the role or function of this system? Fatima?
It's the function that controls all the system in the organism.
Excellent. It controls all the functioning of all other systems in our body. Can you, of course, another student, can you find other systems in your body rather than the nervous system? Can someone name about 3 body systems in your body? What, Mariam?
Digestive system,
Yes.
circulatory system,
Yes.
and respiratory system.
Very excellent, teacher. Thanks a lot. You can lower your hands, Fatima and Mariam, again, please, teacher. So, nervous system is not only the one or the only system in our body, because we have many systems, and we have mentioned before on our copybooks about 10 systems and state their role. Now, moving back to activity 1, I can find using this diagram 2 parts of the nervous system. What are these 2 parts of the nervous system? Who can indicate the 2 parts? Noor.
The central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system.
Excellent, Noor. The central nervous system, what does it include? Which parts
It
are
includes
included?
the
Yes.
brain and the spinal cord.
Excellent. The central nervous system, or as it's known before, CNS, it includes or may contain the brain and the spinal cord. What about the second part?
It is about several nerves like cranial nerves and spinal nerves.
Yes, thank you. So the second part is peripheral nervous system, which includes all kinds of nerves, such as the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. In this session, teacher, we are only have to revise some notes and continue explaining. Now, the brain is located in your skull. Of course, in your skull, because the skull is a bone that protects your brain. And the brain also has 3 main parts. What are the 3 main parts of your brain? This small brain, for example, teacher, if we make this movement in your hands, please, can Fatima, Maryam and Noor make this movement or this way? Please. Okay, this is the size of your brain. This is the size of your brain. Excellent, teacher. Excellent, Fatima. So this is the size of your brain. But this small sized brain has 3 main parts. Ali Awala, can you name what are the 3 main parts of the brain?
Yes, brain stem,
Yes.
cerebellum, cerebellum.
Excellent, Ali. Thanks a lot, teacher. So I have 3 types or 3 kinds or 3 parts of the brain. These types or these parts are cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is known as the brain stem. Okay, now, where is the spinal cord now located? Where is the spinal cord located? Of course, I have said before that the brain in the skull. But where is the spinal cord located? Where? Who knows? Okay, Hussein.
Yes. It's located in the back.
Yes, it is located in our back. Where, Fatima? Where in our back? It runs where? From where to where? Where does it run, Fatima? Where it is located, or where does it run?
On the vertebral column.
Yes, it is protected by a bone called vertebral column, excellent, and it runs from the base of my head or the brain to the hips. Okay, it runs from the base of the brain to the hips. Now, let's move again to the parts of the brain. These are the parts of the brain. The biggest part is the cerebrum. The biggest part of the brain is known or called cerebrum. This cerebrum, what is responsible for? Which is the biggest part about the skeletal muscle movements. It controls the intelligence, learning, memory, sense of hearing, vision, taste, all about sensory organs or the communication with the surroundings. So the cerebrum is the biggest part. Cerebellum, look at the cerebellum, where it is the last part or the downward part, and it is like a ball, round shape. It is responsible for the balance and coordination. That's why when someone is killed here or hit by others, it will lose his balance. Okay? Why? The brain stem or the medulla oblongata is responsible for controlling the digestion, all the functioning of other body systems, okay, like digestion, blood circulation, breathing, pressure, all about the other functioning of body systems. So, as a conclusion, each part of the brain has a definite function or definite job to do it. But how can I communicate with with my environment? Of course, if I now hear a sound, which body part receives this sound? Which body part receives this sound? Fatima, which body part receives the sound?
The ear.
Yes, the ear is the organ that can receive sounds. But the ear, look at the job or role of the ear. The ear or even any sensory organ like the mouth, nose, tongue, skin, each sensory organ only receive the sound or receive the order. But in our ear, in our nose, in our tongue, in our skin, in our eye, we have nerves. Nerves are nerve cells neurons or parts that carry messages between the sensory organ and the brain. For example, another example please. Now I hear the sound. My ear only receives the sound. But the nerve in my ear will send a message to what? To what, Maryam? This nerve will send the message. To where?
To the brain.
To the brain. Excellent. Now, the brain, what will make the brain for this message, Ali Hamdan? What does the brain now do?
The brain sends to the nervous system.
Let's start to think of it.
What else, Maryam? Thank you, Fatima.
Miss, protect the idea to use it another time.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to Hussein. What is your answer now, Hussein?
The brain analyze the thing that the eye or the eye see or the ear hears, the eye to see it, to know what it's seeing.
Okay, thanks a lot, teacher. What about you, Fatima?
Yes, the brain send the information and the nerves for the eye and ear to see what we are hearing or seeing. So he send the information and the nerves.
Very excellent, teacher. Thanks a lot. You and Hassan took +1 for this question. So, the brain, when it receives this message, teacher, Sabaya, please, and Shabab, please pay attention. You did well, Fatima, Maryam, and Noor, because you are answering, of course, and sharing with us. This is perfect today, of course. So, the brain, when it receives the message, it analyzes it. It means it explains this message and sends the order back to the organ, sensory organ, هو hearing or ear, in order to tell that you hear a sound or, for example, a music, kaza, kaza, kaza. Okay? So the brain analyzes and explains the whole messages, and sends the order to the sensory organ back to tell it, do it, not to do it, make that and not make that. Okay? So the brain sends messages or sends the order using the connectors, which are nerves, and each sensory organ has a specific nerve. Look at, please, the table below shows how each type of receptors work. Of course, sense organs are called receptors because they receive light, receive sound, okay? Let's please now start explaining each receptor, how does it work. For example, the first sense organ is the skin. Who can tell me what can I touch? How can I feel, Noor? How can I feel? For example, if I touch this hand, I can feel that this hand is what?
What?
I will repeat again. Now, if I have this teacher, look at my face. If I have now touch, look. If I now touch this table, how can I say that this table is what? How can I feel it? What can I say about the table? How can I feel this table? What, Fatima? What can we say?
Maybe you can say it's soft, it's smooth, or
Excellent, Fatima. Thanks a lot. I can say that this table is soft, smooth, okay, rough. Also, I can say that this cup, for example, if I have a cup here, I can say that this cup is so hot, so cold, okay? So, the skin is sensitive to all pressure, pain if it is soft, hard, smooth, and temperature if it is cold or hot, okay? The tongue. Now, Noor, the tongue. What is the tongue sensitive for? Look at the table, please, and answer. What is the tongue testing for?
Chemicals in food.
Yes, the chemicals in food. For example, what? Sour, salty, or sweet, right? Or bitter. Yani, for example, this medicine that I take every day is so bitter, but it can heal me, right? For example, or this salad is so sour, my mom. What's this? How many lemon you find or you mix with this salad? It is so sour. Okay? Or for example, this candy is so sweety. I can feel pain in my teeth. Do you remind that? Okay, excellent, teacher. Thank you, Noor. Mute yourself again. Now, how can the nose, or what does the nose sensitive, or what is the nose sensitive for? Please, Maryam, what is the nose sensitive for?
Chemicals in air.
Okay, Noor, Maryam, please keep yourself unmuted in order to ask you again. The nose is sensitive to the chemicals in air. What does this mean? This means that I smell other is ugly, this is unpleasant, okay? All about the chemicals or fumes in the air. Thank you, Mariam Habibti. Love you, teacher. Alushi. What are eyes sensitive for?
Lightness.
For light. Ali, if now Ali, there is darkness, black color, no color, there is darkness here. Can you see in the dark?
No.
Why?
Because the eye sees the light.
Excellent, because the eyes are only sensitive to the light. Very excellent, Ali. Very excellent, teacher. Now, please, let's move to another student, Leah. Okay, Leah. What are ears now sensitive for? What are ears sensitive for? For what? Excellent, for sounds. The ears are sensitive. Thank you, Leah. Make yourself again. Receive only sounds. This is their roles. And as we said before, that every sensory organ it's connected to the brain with its nerve. Here, please, correct the word is horn. Write it, it's connected to its nerve, with its nerve. Let's see the names and recognize the names of the nerves. The eye, connected to the brain by optic nerve. So the nerve of the eye is called optic nerve. The ear, or the nerve of the ear is called auditory nerve. Nerve of the nose is known as olfactory nerve, and the tongue is lingual nerve. Please, teacher, you have to study the sensory organ and its suitable nerve that is connected to the brain in order to communicate with the environment. Thank you for today, and in the next session we are going to move into a new activity about the nerve cell.